Jimmy, what are our buzzer options?
Mazz, love you, mean it, but you got your head up your ass.
Okay. Dean and Shrewsbury there. Yeah, go ahead.
Love Dean.
We recently hired a new biomechanist.
The biomechanist over there at Fenway is going to change everything. Next.
I have 64 million reasons why I'd be playing right now.
Or 62.4. We'll get to that in a minute. I'd like to be swallowed by a whale. Yeah. Okay. What's your preferred animal death? Don't answer now, Greg. That's later. I don't think Jerry would do Bill.
I'd find a way.
That Jerry.
Last one.
40 and over, you're wearing your hat backwards, you're a freaking loser.
Three drunken guys talking about the hat on backwards guy. Go ahead, Jimmy.
We recently hired a new biomechanist.
Number 10, after the Jets jumped off sides 5 times on Sunday, Robert Saleh said maybe the team needs to look at Aaron Rodgers' cadence. He's since retracted that. Rodgers, meanwhile, said maybe Saleh needs to hold the players accountable. Either way, who do you blame for this situation?
Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas for empowering Rodgers. They basically turned their organization over him. You empowered him, and this is what you get when you empower Aaron Rodgers.
I blame the players. Get the count right. But Saleh looks like a jackass. First he says it, then Rodgers kind of answers back, and then Saleh backs off. What a freaking tool.
There's really no winners here, but if you have to pick one, Saleh and the players. Mazz is right. The guys had the same cadence for 20 years, so coach these slubs up so that they know what the hell that they're doing.
Aaron Rodgers dicking around at the line of scrimmage. It's so overrated. It's so overrated. How about you just read the defense, dude, and go to the open place as opposed to trying to trick the defense constantly, trying to get him to jump, trying to get a 12-man on the field. It's like, what else do you got? You got anything else? How about you get to the line, run the play, and put the ball where it's supposed to go? The whole Rodgers thing at the line has gone way too far. It's his fault. Next. I'd like to be swallowed by a whale. How do you feel about the trend in recent years, Greg, of teams down 14 points going for 2 when they score that first touchdown to make it an 8-point game? Seattle did it last night. Green Bay did it late against Minnesota as well. How do you feel about that trend?
I freaking hate it, especially in the third quarter like the Seahawks did last night. I mean, you could take your analytics and shove it. I'm disappointed in Mike McDonald. Like, you have to judge the game. Like, that game could have been 50-48. Like, why are you worried about 1 point in the third quarter when nobody could stop anybody? The offense was off the charts. Like, realize what kind of game you're in and manage it.
You could take those analytics and shove it up Mazz's ass.
Yep.
Except there's already too much up there. It's not going to fit.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, it's sponsored. So here's the thing I don't get. Let's go for 2 now. Because if we miss it, we can still tie the game later. Well, then just kick the extra point twice. If that's all you're looking to do to tie the game, kick the freaking extra point. Don't make it more complicated than it is.
And then Then they scored a touchdown, and he didn't go for 2 again last night.
Yeah.
Like, well, how does that make any sense?
And then you're chasing. It's pushed by the nerds, so anything pushed by the nerds, I hate. And the other thing is, it doesn't factor in the emotional impact if you miss it. You know that's not factored in whatever the hell formula they've put together, because if you don't get it, you know that impacts the team, but they don't factor that in.
Next.
Mazz, love you, mean it, but you got your head up your ass.
Again, crowded up there. Have you seen the recent spate of lateral plays in the NFL? The Pats obviously had one on Sunday that was called back. Seattle had a great one last night on 3rd and 16. Did you see this one, Mazz?
Yep.
Detroit had one last week, a great little crosser, hook and lateral. How do you feel about this recent trend?
Love it. I mean, it's fun. That Dolphins hook and lateral in the Chargers playoff game was one of the moments
40 years ago or whatever that was.
Yeah, and it was, from my childhood, it's one of those plays that still stands out. So more fun, throw it around, whatever.
Look, I like it too. I'm just waiting to see who F's it up first, because as soon as he does, the coaches are all going to get scared and stop doing it.
It's fun. I'm for anything fun in sports, as long as the scum refs stay out of the way. We'll get to that next.
I think they are absolutely a blast. Every time I see it, I'm like, that is awesome. And you know me, I'm anti-fun.
You know who started it? Travis Kelce.
And I'm not one of these guys, usually all the stuff that's fun and talk, I'm usually anti all that stuff. These laterals, every time it gets me. I'm like, tremendous, absolutely tremendous. And now the teams are starting to copy each other, and everyone seems like they have a play. The one last night on 3rd and 16, that was textbook, beautiful. Even the Patriots did it. And they did it well. Like, I think it's a tremendous trend. So I'm like all in favor. Next, I don't think Jerry would do Bill. As Big Jim Murray just mentioned, how'd you feel about the Tyquan Thornton block in the back penalty on the Patriots lateral?
I thought it was a legitimate call.
Boo.
Now was it?
So did I. Yes, boo.
Now was it an egregious
Of course,
kill him?
Mazz does.
But it was just as legit as Kittle's holding and the 2 phantom illegal motion penalties on the 49ers.
I'm not asking about those plays.
He got him in the back.
Oh, please.
He hooked him. Look, there's the still shot.
Stop it.
Block in the back. Throw the flag.
Lame.
Good call.
Get Tyquan Thornton off the field.
Mazz just, because it was a positive Patriot play, Mazz wanted the flag.
Can I just add, if I'm not mistaken, on 2 consecutive plays, they had Tyquan Thornton lined up to block the defensive end, and then on the next one, he committed the block into the back penalty. I think those were 2 consecutive plays. Conclusion, Tyquan Thornton can't block.
Yeah, Tyquan Thornton sucks, but put that ref in prison. As I've said since I've been with you guys, reward the exciting play. You're seeing something exciting, and especially in an awful game like that, just let it stand.
Don't cheat.
Jail, says Murray. Next.
I have 64 million reasons why I'd be playing right now.
Again, 62.4. Jared Goff last night set an NFL record by going a perfect 18 for 18 in their win over Seattle. Lions coach Dan Campbell, of course, responded by giving game balls to his receiver and safety. What does this say to you?
That I think he has cartoons playing in his headset. Like, what is going on? It tells me that he's like the figurehead and the other guys are coaching and he's just sort of, watching the game develop.
I think the Lions are selfless. That's what I think. I think that they reward every guy on the team. I think they bought in is what I think.
I tend to believe that a quote-unquote perfect passing game is kind of overrated. Like, he had a really good game, but 18 for 18, like, who cares? Some of those were screen passes. Like, they're easy throws.
I think it speaks to the lack of respect given certain quarterbacks across the league. I mean, there is no more glaring example of that. It was an NFL record, 18 for 18. He was just short of a perfect passer rating, and they weren't all screens. He threw some balls into some spots, second-level throws, down-the-field throws.
No, some were good, but some were screens as well.
He was terrific, and they give it to Jamison Williams and the safety, Kirby Joseph. The safety, again, they gave up 29 points and counting like it was an up-and-down game.
I'm still trying to figure out how he went 18 for 18 and passed for 300 yards. We're pretty close to it.
Next.
We recently hired a new biomechanist.
Tool bag question in honor of Jeremy Swayman. What was the biggest NFL tool bag holdout contract beef you can ever remember? You can blame a player, an agent, a team, whatever.
Terrell Owens doing push-ups in his driveway.
Sit-ups.
When he was with the Eagles.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, you don't know that?
Oh, yeah. All the media show up in his driveway, and he had his bench.
Shirts
like,
off.
Bench in the driveway, and he was
I think Rosenhaus was there,
doing
too.
sit-ups, and Rosenhaus was there. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the 1977 Patriots refusing to pay John Hanna and Leon Gray a year after they should have won the Super Bowl and got bounced by the Raiders in the playoffs. That team was rolling. They went 11-3. They were ready to take off, and they wouldn't sign them and screwed up the whole season. The Patriots haven't been the same since.
I will go with Le'Veon Bell, who had 2 holdouts, one in 2017 with the Steelers, then sat out all of 2018. He's the shining example of why, as a running back, take the money, stupid. He came back, played with the Jets, and was never the same. He sucked.
The biggest tool bag and tools I saw in a contract holdout, I don't know if it's number one, but it was up there with the Patriots with Adam Vinatieri. People often ask, what happened to you, Felger? When did you turn? We used to be very supportive of the Patriots, and there wasn't one specific thing. But if there was one specific thing, if there was a tipping point, that was it. That was it. They wouldn't pay the kicker. And when they wouldn't pay the kicker, I had to listen to you people, the media, like the Big Show, like, oh, well, there's a salary cap, idiot. You just can't pay everybody. The kicker. When we all know that Adam Vinatieri didn't play ball with Bill. Bill wasn't a fan of his by the end because they had some back and forth on the contract, and so Bill cut him. It had nothing to do with the salary cap, you dummies. It had everything to do with little grudge playing by Bill Belichick, and he was done with Adam Vinatieri by the end of it. And that's when I said, this is a load of crap. Now you're all just going to start lying?
So that's what radicalized you. Okay.
I'm out. Out. That was it. That was the final straw. The Patriots and Adam Vinatieri, we couldn't pay the kicker because of the salary cap. Okay, guys. Yeah, good one. Next.
40 and over, you're wearing your hat backwards, you're a freaking loser.
Bonus tool bag question. Is Baker Mayfield a tool bag for his comments about changing the high-strung and stressful environment left behind by Tom Brady?
Of course he is. What a tool. Leave Brady alone.
No. He had every right to say it.
Yes, loser. Where's your Super Bowl ring, let alone 7 of them?
Yeah.
Maz, you want to follow up?
No, I'm just look again. Brady was the one who was bitching about Belichick making it not fun the whole time. And then all of a sudden now he's being the a-hole. No, I got no problem with Baker Mayfield saying it. Brady said it about Bill. What, Mayfield can't say it about Brady?
The son becomes the father.
Right. What goes around comes around, bitch.
Next. I'd like to be swallowed by a whale. Number 3, who should be the next quarterback of the Miami Dolphins?
Jimmy Garoppolo. He knows the system. He's been there. He's been with Mike McDaniel.
I was thinking
plug
like
and play.
next year and beyond, but okay, even still. Go ahead.
Oh, I wish I had thought of that. Mac Jones.
Georgia quarterback Carson Beck.
Oh,
He's
good
a
one.
tool.
I'm going to go Brock Purdy. If I'm the Niners, do I pay Brock Purdy?
Ooh, good one.
Like, like the big,
right.
he's going to want $50 million a year.
He's the swayman.
They've sort of proven, do you need that guy?
You can plug anybody in that offense?
Okay. Meanwhile, so like I thought of that, but let me just ask you guys. There's a bonus question. What do you think of Brock Purdy?
He's pretty good.
Underrated.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay him $50 million a year. I would rather do what you're talking about.
I think he's better than Tua and some of these other guys that have gotten crazy contracts. I think he's better than what's his face down in Jacksonville.
But have you come around him at all, Murray?
I have, yeah.
I feel like you've been down on him.
No, I've come around on him.
I mean,
Quick release,
He's a ballsy little player.
I like him.
I watch him, and I say to myself, I don't know what he doesn't do. Like, he puts the ball downfield.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He can throw into the second level.
He can.
He can throw down the field. He moves better than anyone thinks, to the point where it's like, hey, idiots, this kid can run, and he knows when to run and when to take off and when to pick up the first down. Like, I think he does most of the things I want a quarterback to do. He's not some sort of check down Charlie.
No, he gets rid of it quick. He's on time with it, on the money.
So I just think like he sort of gets discriminated against because he's
It's
the
about
last
the system
pick of the
and-
draft, and like that sort of thing. Like I think he could play for me any day. I think
There's one thing he doesn't have, and that's height.
so. He's a squatter kind of player, but I don't feel like. Do you feel like that? Does he get a lot of balls batted down at the line?
No. In fact, because I would say he gets rid of it quick. A lot of times, probably before linemen can react.
So he might be a little short, but he doesn't feel he doesn't play that way.
He's listed at 6'1".
Well, anyway, next. I don't think Jerry would do Bill. Does the NFL need to do something about the success of its field goal kickers, Greg?
Yes, they need to call up the deflator, bring them in, take air out of the footballs, and Tom Brady can supervise.
Yes.
I'm starting to wonder. They do have to do something. These kicks are ridiculous.
Take a lawyer out of the ball. It's very simple.
or it feels like they're putting helium in there. These guys, not only are they making these kicks, and a bunch of them are, these guys are kicking them like they're chip shots. Watch the guy on Dallas.
Oh, no, it's insane.
Oh, he's insane.
His ball goes 75 yards. It's ridiculous.
Or, you'll hate this, but in the name of fun and entertainment, mechanical goalposts. In and out or back and front.
Like a video game.
That's a little much. But if they want to bring them in, I wouldn't be opposed to that. If right now,
narrower,
if they're the width of the hash marks now, bring them inside the, whatever, trim a couple feet
like the ones they have on the practice field.
on either side. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that one. But the simplest solution is to, because they're all regulated. They're all like at 14 or whatever. They're all like super jacked up. Just bring the air down a little bit. Last one.
We recently hired a new biomechanist.
Who are you rooting for across the league, Greg? Like, what team or player are you pulling for?
I wouldn't say rooting, but I want to see the Chiefs make a real run at a three-peat, just because I think it would be fun, especially around here. That the Chiefs were on the precipice of doing a three-peat, which the Patriots never did. That would be fun.
Mahomes.
My QB, Jaden Daniels. As I said to you off the air the other day,
king.
I'm a day or so away from buying Washington gear. That's my guy.
So I'm just the opposite. I'm rooting for any quarterback or team that's hitched their wagon to a quarterback that isn't like the top pick in the draft kid. The team sucked. They drafted the quarterback and threw him in there. I'm rooting for Goff, Mayfield, Darnold, you name it. There's a bunch of these guys. Stafford, who's already won one. Name it. Like that class of quarterback. Because I think it'd be a better thing for the league if those guys win at a high level. So then it's not just about sucking and having some quarterback fall into your lap. It's about something else. So that's what I'm rooting for.
I will say I'm also rooting against teams like Jacksonville, the Eagles, Dallas, because of Bill. Because I want Bill back in.
There you go.
Can I give you another small one real quick?
You bet.
Tamar Hamlin. I'm a sucker for that story. He's playing every day, every week now, starting, had his first interception. Like, if the Bills were to go on and win the Super Bowl, that'd be a good story.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.